On today's episode of DAPA.DANIEL, this is going to be over Frontier Parkway today. I am currently starting on the west side. Over in this area is where it's going to lead back into the Mosaic. Just keep in mind, Creeks of Legacy, smack dab in the middle of the community, is going to be an apartment complex, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not the best thing, you know. They have a 2023 Toll Brothers. That's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,718 square feet. $907,000 at 333 per square foot. And then the next neighborhood actually we'll hop into is another new construction community, which is Frontier Estates. This community runs along Preston. Things are kind of curved back the other way, not hard, but in some areas like these hot spot areas when it comes to new construction. So that makes sense. All right, y'all, here we go. Part 3, driving every street of Prosper, Texas. This is going to be over Frontier Parkway today. I am currently starting on the west side of Prosper, and then I'm going to work my way all the way out to Coit Road, over by some of the older neighborhoods and developments over there on the side of the Prosper. So over in this area where I'm starting, actually right along here, it looks like they're about to start getting into the next road that's going to lead into the Mosaic. So before I talk about our first neighborhood, which is the Creeks of Legacy, which is in front of us, over here to the left, I wonder if there's no cars. I can't really drive back in there, but just know over in this area is where it's going to lead back into the Mosaic. So they haven't released any plans. It looks like they'll be doing another street down here, but I just wanted to show you guys where the beginning of the Mosaic is going to lead into, which should start seeing more things happen within that development soon. And so now we're headed out east. The first neighborhood, like I said, Creeks of Legacy, on the left is actually the apartment complex that they're putting in here, which I'm sure people aren't too happy about that bought a home in 2020 and now they're putting in apartment complexes smack dab in the middle. The thing about Creeks of Legacy, part of it is zoned for Salina, part of it is zoned for Prosper, but it goes to Prosper ISD. Just keep that in mind. Now, through this video, there's going to be some neighborhoods that have both homes in Salina, the city of Salina, and the city of Prosper. I'm just going to be going through Prosper neighborhoods, so I'm not going to go through this one because this side of the neighborhood is zoned for Salina. However, the other side, the west side of the Creeks of Legacy, is actually Prosper when the addresses pop up on there. So they had an active, I pulled it out, put out a bunch of homes and a bunch of actives from some of the neighborhoods that we'll be talking about today. But for that one, they have an active 2019 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,231 square feet, $530,000 at $237 per square foot. The HOA in there is also $780 annually. Currently up along Frontier Parkway, there's nothing else really built, no other neighborhoods on this side. There's no neighborhoods across the street from it. It's just a bunch of fields along here. They do have some plans on some like retail commercial things going into the front of the neighborhood, but just keep in mind, Creeks of Legacy, smack dab in the middle of the community, is going to be an apartment complex, which isn't a bad thing. It's just not the best thing, you know. So yeah, that's starting to happen around these parts of Prosper. When I go a little bit further, we'll be going up towards their stadium, which is on the right. Maybe you guys can see it, but just across the stadium is a rental living area, like build to rent, and also just like a luxury rental community. So the next community is going to be Light Farms, which is going to be on the left side too. This area where we're going over now is Dallas Parkway. This is where the tollway is going to be, and then to get on the tollway from here is about 5 minutes. If you hit all the green lights, it could be a lot quicker. All right, so Frontier on this side of Dallas Parkway is over to one side. It looks like they're just about done with this area. I'll actually pull into Light Farms. Toll Brothers is building within this little community on the south side, but this is the south side of Light Farms. This is going to go into Prosper ISD. There are some stuff up north that go into Salina ISD, but this side is going to go to Prosper ISD. And then Prosper High School is just going to be over the bridge up here. So let me actually turn into this one. Seems like they got more of their commercial stuff at the front of the neighborhood, but this is a big park on the right side. So if your kid's going to be in Prosper sports, rec leagues, this area is where you're going to do majority of that stuff. All right, so here's some Toll Brother houses in here. I like the look of majority of these. I mean, Toll Brothers, you can't go wrong, but the ones that are just like this stucco and brown with like no other accents, on the front of it. I don't know if that's gonna, I mean, that kind of looks like some of the old houses built in like 2010 over in Frisco that had that yellow stucco look to it. Maybe some of you guys know what I'm talking about, but that seems like it's gonna get outdated really quick. I don't know. I'm not a huge, I mean, there's absolutely no, like this one on the right side with a little bit of stone, then it breaks and gets into stucco. That looks great. Same with this one, but I don't know, that flat, just brown yellowish stucco look is, I don't know, I'm not a fan of it. Within here I did pull some actives. So they have a 2023 Toll Brothers, that's a 4-bed 3-bath, 2,718 square feet, $907,000 at 333 per square foot. Then over here they also have a build to rent community, so I'm gonna get over there. It's called BB Living. Also along here is the schools. Within Light Farms, they have the high school really close, and then they have the elementary schools also within the neighborhood. All right, let's go back out to this way. And then I'll go by the build to rent community. Oh, wait, is this not? Uh-oh, this doesn't look like it's it. Well, that's just confusing. There we go, back at it. Officer, you didn't see anything. All right, we're hopping on to Frontier Parkway. And then let me go through the BB Living community. On the left side, you got a donut shop, pediatric dentistry, Pashugo, gelato, witch, more dentist office. And then on the right side, you guys can see more of the stadium, which when I get out of the neighborhood, I'll point the camera back towards the stadium, and that should give you guys a pretty good look what the entrance is. All right, this is BB Living of Light Farms. Let me just show you what the build to rent neighborhood looks like and how tight these houses are in here. Oh, look, they got a sign that says pet friendly. All right, so within here, they're gonna have a 3A Haven, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 1,600 square feet, $3,049 per month. So this is what they look like. They do have like dual garages. Or dual garages, is that what I wanted to say? 2-car garages, dual garage. So that could be an option for maybe one of y'all, but yeah, that is BB Living of Light Farms. Okay, so here's another view of the stadium that Prosper High School plays in. And then over to the right, maybe you won't be able to see it because of this fencing here, but over to the right is where Prosper High School is. So if you're gonna think about living in Light Farms or Tanner Mills or, I mean, even Creeks of Legacy is fairly close to that. That's not really a bad drive to get to Prosper High School, but that's kind of how close it is to these neighborhoods. And then majority of the elementary schools are either within the neighborhood or within one of the master plan communities, or, you know, just a little bit outside of it, not too far. And then here's still more of Light Farms on the left side. So Light Farms is a huge community. They're really building more into the north side. Toll Brothers did have a good amount of actives though. And then more apartment complexes coming up along Preston. There's another rental community, luxury rental community over here to the left, and they're putting in some more rental multifamily things. More new things are coming to the west side of Preston Road. Now we're getting into the older side, I would say, of Prosper, where more of the communities that are older, on some houses built on well over an acre on this side of town. But now we're going over Preston Road, and then the next neighborhood actually we'll hop into is another new construction community, which is Frontier Estates. This community runs along Preston. This is kind of like the far north side of it, and then on the left side is Preston Hills, but let's go through Frontier Estates first. All right, so here's what Frontier Estates, these are Meritage homes. And here, the HOA, actually, I think I forgot to talk about the HOA of the Light Farms community. The Light Farms community HOA is $132 monthly in there, and then within Frontier Estates, the HOA in here is $880 annually. They have an active 2023 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 3,271 square feet, $857,000 at $259 per square foot. So it looks like they're more towards the finished side of this community. I do remember coming through this community like a good minute ago, like it might have been a year ago, and this was all flattened out. So they've come pretty far within here. All right, let me go back out of the neighborhood, get back onto Frontier. Now, Preston Hills is gonna be the neighborhood across the street. That's gonna have an HOA of nothing. Now that we're on this side with some of the older communities, they're gonna, you know, not have HOAs within them. Just know that they're gonna have price points pretty high at like well over $1 million for some of these houses in here. All right, so that's Preston Hills across from us. They have an active 1998 4-bed, 3-bath, 3.5 bath, 4,237 square feet at $1,099,000 at $259 per square foot. And the reason those are just more expensive is because you're on a pretty big lot. Also on this side of town, now when we first started this video, we had a 1-lane. On this side of town, it's a 1-lane. You only have that 2-lane on Frontier Parkway. Everything else through here is gonna be a 1-lane. Turn into Highland Meadows. All right, so Highland Meadows is gonna have an HOA of $400 annually. They have an active 2004 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 4,021 square feet at $1,185,000 at $294 per square foot. So some of these houses actually have little guest houses. This one on the left side had a guest house behind it. And then some of them actually have no fencing. And then you'll also notice there's no curbs along here as well. I would say some of these homes are bordering right on an acre, if not on an acre, but that's about the size lots in here. All right, so that's Highland Meadows, just a little bit. And then I would say Preston Meadows is across the street, looks just like the homes within Highland Meadows. It's just that Preston Meadows is just gonna be kind of like a straight line road with houses on left and right. Highland Meadows is gonna be more like community with a bunch of roads within it. And now we're coming up to, I believe this is a Custer now, or Independence. This might be Independence. No, this is Quay. All right, and now we get over into Liliana, which is another new community. So Coit Road here, actually turning right would take you down to 380, hopping on that. That drive from this point would be about 5 minutes. And then you can take 380 to get onto the tollway, which is probably another 5 minutes. Around this area to get to the tollway, I would say it's about 10 minutes. A little bit further up into Salina, you start getting up into Salina Hills, that's about 15 minutes away. And then also along here is gonna be the Gentle Creek Estates, which is one of my favorite neighborhoods. That's actually the neighborhood that has the golf course within it. But we'll first talk about Liliana, which is across Gentle Creek Estates. Okie dokie. And Liliana is going to be one of those master plan communities that has the amenities, pool area, community area, things like that. They have a future on-site elementary school coming, and it is zoned for Prosper ISD. So when we get further over into Mustang Lakes, part of Mustang Lakes is, I'm not going to take a tour through that neighborhood, but part of Mustang Lakes goes through Prosper ISD, and part of the neighborhood goes to Salina ISD. However, the whole neighborhood is Salina addressed. This one is Prosper. And looks like there's a good amount of people parked outside of the model homes here. I just went through some homes this past weekend with some buyers. And some of the builders were saying that they've been closing on a good bit of contracts over this past couple weeks with the quick move-in homes. go over this way. And my home inspector that I work with has been getting more calls to do and show up for more homes and closings. So I think after this next month, maybe we'll start to see a shift in market. Things are kind of curved back the other way, not hard, but in some areas, like these hot spot areas when it comes to new construction, it's just that builders are just taking forever to release lots. All right, so here's another good road to drive down, show you guys more of the houses. All right, so for Liliana, they're gonna have an HOA of $402 semi-annually. Then they're gonna have an active 2023 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,737 square feet, listed at $755,000 at $237 per square foot. Looks like they have a little park area over here. And that's the thing with this community, they have some parks around the community in little areas. Okay, let's head out of here, and then we'll go to Gentle Creek Estates. But the builders in here is going to be like Bloomfield Homes. I know they had some actives going on right now. And then MI Homes is another builder within here. And is that MI too? That's MI. And Highland Homes and American Legend. Right, across the street from Liliana is just a castle. That's the best way I can explain it. Actually, there's a couple just huge mansions along here. I don't know if those will turn into anything one day and get knocked down, or just... I mean, it probably will do what they did with Deion Sanders' house, with the Our Country Homes building off of Montclair over off Preston Road, because they kept Deion Sanders' house like smack dab in the middle of it, and then they're building not a whole bunch, they're building like 10 other big custom homes. So that's what could potentially happen with these lots here out in front of us. I know that I saw this land for sale at one point at like $20 million. I don't know if it's still active, but it was listed at one point. But that's what's across the street. That house has its own lake in front of it. All right. Now the Gentle Creek Estates. HOA in here is going to be $440 semi-annually. And there's going to be some like really pretty custom houses that just look all different within here. Let's go down this way. So for this neighborhood, they're gonna have an active 2012 5-bed, 5.5 bath, 4,933 square feet at $2,199,000 at $445 per square foot. So the most expensive homes in Prosper are gonna be along this area. There's even more expensive homes in some of the other neighborhoods we're actually be talking about, but just know this one's going to be expensive because you're going to have 5,000 square foot homes with also golf course views. This is the home I believe I pulled for sale at $2 million. And there's more to this neighborhood as well. Not all the homes in this neighborhood are this big on a lot like this. A lot of them are gonna have golf course views though. However, this side of the neighborhood is like more upscale, more expensive I mean, it's all expensive, but it's a little bit more expensive than the other homes that are more in the neighborhood that are more of the 60-foot lots. Over here, you're gonna have well over 100-foot lots. All right, let me go to the left. And these neighborhoods over here are not gonna have like the parks. Now this one is nice because it has the golf course with it, so if you're older and want to enjoy those things. But when it comes to like kids and family playgrounds, you're not gonna be getting it with these like older communities that are built like this. All right, the next neighborhood we'll talk about real quick is 12 Oaks. They don't have anything active within that neighborhood. They have an HOA of $1,100 annually, and that's another neighborhood where part of it's in Prosper and another part of it is in Salina. All right, let's get back out to Frontier Parkway. And then 12 Oaks is gonna be the neighborhood in front of us. I'm just gonna keep driving down Frontier Parkway. There's a couple more neighborhoods that go a little bit further down into there. Another one is Wilson Creek Estates. That has an HOA of nothing. They have an active 2003 7-bed, 5.5 bath, 5,956 square feet, listed at $1,986,000 at $333 per square foot. And then there's another part of that neighborhood that actually has an HOA at $440 annually. All right. Here's more of 12 Oaks on the left side. All right, then Mustang Lakes is on this left side. I'm not gonna go through it because like I said, that's Salina address. And then Amberwood Farms is gonna be the next one up on this right side. Now they're gonna have an HOA of $1,200 annually. They have no actives within there. I don't believe I'm gonna be able to get into there. Dude, look at this guy. All right, Amber Woods is on the right side. I'm not going slow, guys. That guy just passed over me in a double yellow. People are reckless out here. Prosper, baby. Then Collin Green is on this right side, no HOA. It's another one with a bunch of houses that are pretty big. Let me see. Christie Farms. That's Collin Green. Let's go up to Custer. Let me show you guys Christie Farms because the houses in there are really nice. But now we're up to Custer. And I mean, that is Prosper for the most part, so I want to try to get down to Christie Farms and show you guys those homes. There's no actives within there, but they're going to have an HOA of $1,200 annually. And this is nice over here because on this side, they've actually built it up to a 2-lane now. When you get a little bit further, it cuts back down into a 1-lane and really bad in Salina. Really bumpy in some areas, but it's nice. They have this all smoothed out here. All right, Christie Farms is on this right side. This is gonna be the last neighborhood I go through, but I really do like the look of these homes. Oh, is it gated? Oh, it is gated. I wanted to see if I could get in. Oh, can I get in? No, I can't. Oh, that gate just closed too. Dang. Thought I would be able to get in. Might have to make a U-turn. Dang it. Well, I guess you can see a little bit outside the neighborhood. Well, I thought maybe I'd get lucky. I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, so that's Christie Farms. Let me just pull into another one so I can end the video because I'm kind of in the way now. And then on this side of Custer over here, we're starting to get into like the McKinney area as well. There's still a bit of Prosper on this other side, I do believe, but on this side up in North McKinney, there's really nothing along here right now. You have to get a little bit further. 380 is about 5 minutes from this point where you get more of like your shopping and things like that. Let me pull back into Maria Mills here and end the video, but all right. So that's where I'm gonna end the video. Thank you guys if you stayed all the way to the end. That is Frontier Parkway. So if you're interested in any of the neighborhoods that we toured through or I checked out today, oop, I'm a little sideways here, I feel like. Just let me know, send me a text. I have all my information down below. Comment any other places you guys want me to tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. Other than that, peace out, y'all, and take it easy as always. Thanks for checking out my channel and watching that video. I got more videos floating around here. If you're in the market to buy or sell real estate in the DFW area, contact me, Daniel, at the Home Expert Team. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Besides that, bye.